Welcome to Critical Escape. Today I want to talk about the difficulty in Oblivion because it has been a point of contention and it is a little bit of a problem. Unless you want to end up like that guy, dead and forgotten, dying over and over again, it is a bit of a problem, and let me quickly demonstrate why, and then I'm gonna suggest a few methods how you can manage that, including a mod that can fix it for you. Now I'm playing on Expert here right now, but default would be Adept, right? And the problem is on Adept this game is ridiculously easy. So if you want more of a challenge, you would go the next step to Expert, right? But the next step is a really harsh one, because on Expert you take 3 times the damage and you only do 30% of the damage to your enemies, right? Which is a rather steep climb. So, well, especially in the beginning, this feels extremely punishing, where you die over and over again. Now, I found a mod on the Nexus which basically can fix this for you, right? I'm gonna link it down in the description. I think it's called Difficulty Slider Fixed. It comes in different versions though, and I would still recommend to install the hardest one, because you do want a little bit of a challenge, I assume. But it won't be as punishing as before. Now, ultimately, I decided against it because I started to realize why the difficulty was this punishing to begin with. Because in the beginning, you basically start with crappy equipment. Even if you go to the first city, you buy your first armor and weapons and you feel, well, you are reasonably well equipped, and you go to your first dungeon and you die and die and die on the first bandit, right? Because the reason is you still have crappy equipment. And I assume when they adjusted the expert difficulty, they assumed, well, that you are more of an expert, right? Because the issue is this. Let me show you. In my equipment right here, let's look at this. A silver longsword, right? It does 7 damage. Then I have this here, a short sword, only does 4 damage. It's also because my agility is not that high. But let's look at my character. I got over 200 health points. Now, how long would it take, even on the normal difficulty, to kill myself with that silver longsword? A long time, right? And now on expert, it's 3 times as long. But the reason is this. Let's look at this again. This is a magical artifact, right? Which means it does 8 points of frost damage, while simultaneously weakens the enemy against frost damage. So all of a sudden, this weapon that did 4 damage before does now more than 3 times the damage it did before. Kind of, yeah, and now I'm on my normal difficulty again, you see? And this is what they, I assume, calculated the expert difficulty for. Because you can assume, as of now, I'm gaining more and more magical weapons, right? And the same thing for my armor. Let's see, I have 15 armor right now. All I need to do is cast a single spell. And now I have almost 20. And this is a weak spell, right? So expert difficulty assumes that you have all of these tools available, which you at some point will have, and then you will have much more armor and much more damage output, because this game assumes that you're playing with magic. That's why they call it expert difficulty, right? Like, even if you're role-playing like a fighter or something like this, I think it is appropriate in the world of Oblivion to utilize magic. Look at my character, for example. My major attributes here. I'm a fighter, blade, block, heavy armor, but I'm also utilizing magic. And not like, I'm not throwing fireballs or anything like that, but I'm using alteration, illusion, mysticism to augment myself. And this is kind of what they assume if you play on the higher difficulty levels. And again, it fits in the roleplay, because in the world of Cyrodiil, especially here, during this time period, a lot of people know magic. You will see that on a lot of NPCs, that they can cast some basic spells, and especially the heroes, it fits. And you can still roleplay a warrior, an archer, or something like that, and augment yourself a little with spells. You will use magical weapons, and then you can, in fact, play on expert difficulty. So I kept it like this. I enjoy the challenge, and I realized leveling up a little bit You can manage, you can manage. But if you don't, again, the mod is down in the description. You can easily fix that. If you install the hardest difficult... Sir, why are you... Sir, please, step out of the camera, my god. So yeah, he's still doing it, he's still doing it, like... But again, if expert is too hard for you right now and you can't manage, you just want to enjoy the game a little bit, well, maybe take a look at the mod. That kind of makes it more reasonable. It's linked down in the description. This is Alex Utopia, signing off. Sir, you need to go. Sir, we are shooting a movie over here. Sir, please, would you step aside? Over there. Oh, over there. God damn.